Let's get right into it.
8. Accidental surveillance. Imagine opening Instagram just to kill 5 seconds. Suddenly, you know what they ate, who they sat next to, and that they listened to the same sad song twice. You didn't mean to stalk. Your thumb just slipped, repeatedly, on every platform. This is called attentional bias. Your brain flags one specific human as important for survival, like water or Wi-Fi. So anything connected to them glows brighter. Their name pops out of text. Their profile photo might as well be neon. Your brain isn't being romantic. It's being a raccoon digging through trash labeled potential emotional reward. The creepy part is you don't even feel creepy doing it. It feels responsible, like you're just checking. You're not obsessed, you're informed. Basically, your brain installed security cameras and forgot to tell you. 7. Mood remote control. Some people drink coffee to feel alive. You just need one message from them. Or worse, one lack of a message. If they reply fast, you're productive, hydrated, emotionally stable. If they take too long, your brain starts writing a breakup novel based on absolutely nothing. This is emotional regulation outsourcing. Instead of managing your own feelings, your nervous system hands them the remote and says, "Here, you drive." Psychology-wise, this is dopamine dependency. Their attention becomes a reward signal, so your brain treats silence like withdrawal. That pit in your stomach, that's not intuition. That's your reward system pacing back and forth like it lost its favorite toy. Congrats, your emotional thermostat is now controlled by someone who didn't even sign the lease. 6. Memory hoarding. You don't remember birthdays, you don't remember passwords, you barely remember what you ate yesterday, but somehow you remember them. Not just the big stuff either. You remember tiny, useless details, the way they said one specific word, that random story they told once at 2 a.m., the exact vibe of a moment that technically didn't matter but emotionally felt loud. That's because your brain treats emotionally charged information like it's radioactive. When attachment is involved, your hippocampus, the memory librarian, stops being professional and starts hoarding. Anything connected to them gets stamped important and shoved into long-term storage like it'll be needed in court someday. This is also why memories of them feel sharper, warmer, heavier. Your brain didn't just store the facts, it saved the feeling. So when you think about them, your nervous system replays the emotion like it's happening again. That's why one memory can knock the wind out of you for no reason. Your brain isn't reminiscing, it's time traveling without your consent. 5. Future casting. You're brushing your teeth and suddenly imagine them standing in your kitchen, not in a dramatic way, just there, existing, casually folded into your life like it was always supposed to happen. You're not planning a wedding, you're not naming kids, you're just mentally testing timelines, running quiet simulations. Would this feel normal? Would this make sense? Would they laugh at this? This happens because the brain hates uncertainty. When someone becomes emotionally significant, your mind tries to stabilize the anxiety by imagining continuity. It wants to know where this connection goes, even if you consciously say you're just seeing where things go. So your brain does what it does best. It guesses, repeatedly, in high definition. The wild part? These imagined futures can start feeling emotionally real. You react to things that haven't happened yet. You grieve outcomes that were never promised. Congrats! You're emotionally investing in a trailer for a movie that hasn't been approved. 4. Anxiety disguised as care. You tell yourself you're just being considerate, thoughtful, attentive. But let's be honest, you're worried. You analyze tone, timing, energy shifts. You replay conversations to see if something went wrong. You notice when they're quieter than usual, and your brain immediately assumes responsibility. This is what happens when attachment mixes with anxiety. Your nervous system links their emotional state to your sense of safety. If they're okay with you, you're okay. If they're distant, your brain treats it like a threat. So you monitor, you check, you overthink. Not because you're controlling, but because your brain is trying to prevent emotional pain before it happens. The problem is you start mistaking anxiety for intuition. You think you're picking up on something, when really your nervous system is just vibrating at a higher frequency. You're not reading the room, you're pacing in it. 3. Identity blur. At some point, you notice something weird. You're still you, but slightly altered. Your jokes sound a little different. Your opinions soften or sharpen depending on theirs. You hesitate before saying things you used to say freely, not because you're fake, but because you're adapting. Humans do this naturally. It's called self-expansion. When we bond, our brains partially merge identities to increase connection. It's efficient, it's social, it's how relationships form. But when emotional attachment deepens too fast or too intensely, the merge starts outweighing the separation. You begin filtering yourself through their potential reaction. You don't fully disappear, you just become edited. This is why losing their approval feels like losing yourself, because part of your identity is temporarily parked in their perception of you. You didn't change who you are, you just put parts of yourself in their hands. Number 2. Withdrawal symptoms. Nothing dramatic happened. No fight, no rejection, just less. Less talking, less presence, less access. And suddenly your body reacts like something's wrong. You feel restless, distracted, emotionally itchy. You keep checking your phone even though you already know there's nothing new. That's because emotional attachment activates dopamine loops, the same reward circuits involved in addiction. When contact drops, dopamine drops too, and your brain does not like that. So it sends signals: anxiety, cravings, rumination, a strong urge to just check one more time. Not because you're weak, but because your brain wants its chemical balance back. This is why detachment feels physical. Tight chest, heavy stomach, static in your thoughts. Your body is reacting to absence like it's a shortage. You're not missing them, you're missing the way your brain felt when they were there. Number 1. Their reaction, your reality. This is where it becomes unmistakable. Something happens in your life, good news, bad news, random thought, and your first instinct isn't how you feel, it's how they would respond. Would they approve, laugh, care, be impressed, be disappointed? Their reaction becomes your emotional filter through which you experience reality. Your joy waits for validation. Your confidence pauses for confirmation. Your emotions don't fully land until they're acknowledged. Psychologically, this is externalized self-worth. Your brain outsourced emotional authority. Not forever, not consciously, but enough that your internal compass now checks an external signal. That's when attachment quietly turns into emotional reliance. You're no longer just connected, you're calibrated to them. And the creepiest part? It feels completely normal, until one day it doesn't. Before you go, here's the thing no one really tells you. Being emotionally hooked doesn't mean you're weak. It means your brain did exactly what it evolved to do: attach, predict, bond, and protect. The problem starts when that wiring latches onto one person so hard that your sense of balance depends on them staying exactly the same. If you recognized someone you know or yourself, congratulations. That awareness alone is already you taking the power back. Attachment only feels creepy when it's invisible. Once you can see it, it stops running the show. Your brain can care deeply without putting someone else in charge of your emotional thermostat. And if it ever feels like you're losing yourself in someone, that's not love telling you to hold on tighter. That's your nervous system asking for a little space to breathe. That's all for today. I'll be making more videos like this, so subscribe if you don't want to miss them.